We are going to determine the best store for you to be buying your groceries in so that you can save the most amount of money and really maximize your savings and let your budget stretch as far as possible. And the way we're going to do this is by using a price book. Your price book can look like anything. It can look like a spiral notebook, a piece of printer paper. I put together something on Canva and I went to three of my local stores. I went to Walmart, Aldi, and HEB, which is a Texas chain grocery store. And I compared prices of some staples that we all buy pretty regularly to see where I can get the best bang for my buck. Now, before I break down all of the prices for you, and I will go over these with you, I wanted to talk a little bit about why you should need a price book. And really, there are four main reasons. The first one is just going to be price awareness. When you are aware of what the price is, then that sets you up for better success of recognizing a good deal when there is one and recognizing when something says that it's on sale, but it's not really that great of a deal. The second reason that I really think you should consider doing a price book is because you're able to identify trends. And so there are like sales cycles that grocery stores go through, and some of these are very obvious or they are made aware to us. For example, like baking supplies like your butter, flour, cocoa powder, those are typically going to go on sale around the holidays, and that's when you get your best deal. But there's other things that you might not be as aware of. But when you have a price book, you're able to help identify kind of those cycles in the sales and those seasonal sales. That way, you're going to know when is a good time to stock up on something and when is a time that you should maybe just wait a little bit. Now, the third reason that I really think you should use a price book, and the one that might be the most obvious, is because you're able to compare stores. So, for example, on my sheet here, I've mentioned looking at a gallon of milk. Well, I have listed here that at my local Walmart, it is $3.78. At the Aldi that is nearest to me, it is $2.74. And at my local HEB, it is $4.28. So Aldi wins by a landslide. And when I'm able to look and compare those stores, I can see where I should be shopping, where I can get the best bang for my buck. My fourth reason for why you should use a price book is that you are able to make informed decisions. And when you are best able to make informed decisions, you are really setting yourself up for success to use your budget in the way that best suits your family. I don't have to tell you that money is a finite resource. So you want to make sure that we're using it to the best of our ability. Those are four reasons why using a price book is seriously the grocery store hack of a lifetime. Now, I just want to go over with you some of the things that I noticed when I was putting together my price book. Now, I already told you about the gallon of milk. I also looked at a dozen of eggs. And so 1 dozen eggs at my local Walmart is $2.68. At Aldi, it's $2.55. And then at HEB, it is $2.68. So those are all pretty close to each other. Walmart and HEB are the same. Aldi's a little bit cheaper at $2.55, 13 cents cheaper, but that 13 cents would add up over time. I looked at bread. So a loaf of white bread, the store brand, I will say that on these, I'm always looking at store brand where I can because I know that's where I'm going to get the most savings. So it is basically $1 across the board. $1 at Walmart, 99 cents at Aldi, and then at HEB it was 98 cents. So technically HEB is the cheapest by 2 cents, but those are all pretty comparable. Now, what I thought was interesting is that oatmeal, a 42-ounce container of quick oats, was $3.95 at all three of the stores. Like, I guess they just got together and decided this was it. Now, this next one is canned black beans, and this one actually surprised me. So I've always felt like that Aldi had the cheapest price when it came to canned goods, but it turns out that is not the case. And that just shows me why it was so important for me to get this information. Walmart and HEB both list a can of black beans at 86 cents. And at Aldi, all of their canned goods, including those canned black beans, were 99 cents. So it is cheaper for me to get it at one of my local grocery stores. Spaghetti noodles were 98 cents at Walmart, $1.65 at Aldi, and 88 cents at HEB. I looked at a 1 pound bag of white rice. Now, at Aldi, they only had a 3 pound bag. So, we have to do a little bit of math here, but at Walmart, they had it for 92 cents. Aldi had that 3 pound bag for $2.45, which comes out to about 82 cents a pound. So it is definitely going to be cheaper that way. And then HEB had it for 92 cents, the same as Walmart. That is another thing to keep in mind, though, is that typically when you buy in bulk or you buy larger portions, you pay less per unit price. So when you're looking at some of these things like noodles or rice, the oatmeal, for example, diapers is another one that I have on my list. When some of those things, the more that you buy, the cheaper the unit price is going to be. So that's probably why this Aldi 3 pound bag was a little bit cheaper, is because, getting 3 pounds instead of one lowers that unit price for you. But that is just something to keep in mind. Peanut butter, Walmart, I looked at 18 ounces. Walmart only had a 16-ounce size. They did not have an 18-ounce peanut butter. And they had their 16-ounce for $1.94. Aldi had an 18-ounce for $1.99, and HEB had their 18-ounce for $2.48. So HEB is not the winner there at all. It is definitely going to be Aldi. Even though, like I said, that Walmart, the price is lower, that's also 2 ounces less of peanut butter. So Aldi wins for me on that one. I looked at frozen mixed veggies. A 12-ounce bag of frozen mixed veggies was 98 cents at Walmart, $1.15 at Aldi, and $1.48 at HEB. So Walmart definitely has the lower price on that one. And that was another one that surprised me. I would have thought that Aldi had the cheaper price there, but nope, it was definitely Walmart. Okay, so flour. My Walmart, for some reason, did not have their prices listed for flour right there on the display. I was able to see the flour, but the price wasn't there. Aldi was $2.35 and HEB was $2.29. And this is for a 5 pound bag of store brand flour. So HEB is cheaper than Aldi again on that one. Sugar, I looked at the store brand of 4 pound bag, was $3.14 at my local Walmart, $2.95 at Aldi, and $2.95 at HEB. Now, I also looked at diapers because I know a lot of us are still using diapers. A lot of you are still using diapers. So I looked at the store brand, and I also looked at Huggies. I don't actually use Huggies. I never have. But I just figured that was a brand that is very well known and I would be able to find it at all of the stores. So the store brand diapers at Walmart were $27.38, which came out to 14.3 cents per diaper. Aldi does not have a store brand diaper. And then HEB was $24.98, which came out to 18.9 cents per diaper. So it's also important to look at, even though just at a quick glance, it looks like HEB is cheaper at $24.98 versus $27.38. Really, Walmart is cheaper because you're getting more diapers. They're 14.3 cents per diaper. HEB was 18.9. So that unit price, again, is super important to look at. Diapers, Huggies, and I should also mention, I looked at size 5 across the board on all of these just so I could really keep it consistent. So Huggies brand diapers were $39.97 at Walmart. They were $45.77 at my HEB. So do not buy Huggies brand diapers at HEB. Don't do it. That came out to 43.4 cents per diaper at Walmart and 44 cents per diaper at HEB. Now, they did have diapers at Aldi. They only had Pampers, and it was a much smaller package. So again, that's going to kind of skew the unit cost of everything. But they had a package of Pampers for $28.22, but that came out to $48 or 48.7 cents per diaper. So Aldi was way high on the diaper end. I would not recommend buying diapers at Aldi. It looks like the best bang for your buck is going to be the Walmart store brand diapers, and the HEB store brand diapers are still very cost effective, and I can tell you that they work really well. I like them. Now, I also looked at Tide cleaning powder, dish laundry powder. I looked at the box that is 143 ounces. Now, they did not have this at Aldi, so it was just comparing Walmart and HEB, but those were the exact same. They both had it listed for $22.94. My HEB at the time had a coupon for theirs where you could, like, it was a digital coupon that you could scan it, and then if you spent so much on their laundry products, you would get $5 off. But the actual price of the detergent was the same at both HEB and Walmart. I also went ahead and I did look at meat. Chicken breasts at Walmart were $2.67 a pound. At Aldi, they were $2.39 a pound, and then at HEB, there was a $2.19 a pound there. Now, again, this is not organic. There's nothing fancy going on here. This is just your regular store brand because I wanted to keep everything consistent. For ground beef, a 1 pound package at Walmart was $6.98. And then at HEB, it was $6.47. So it was definitely cheaper for me to shop at HEB for my meat. I do have one disclosure about this price list and then one really important thing that I want to bring up. So the disclosure is just this. These prices are local to me. I live in Central Texas in the Austin area, and it would not be super reasonable for you to assume that a gallon of milk in Austin, Texas is going to cost the same in Maryland, in Washington, in California. Your local area will have an impact on the prices. So keep that in mind. I did want to get these prices for you and go over them really quickly because I think it is interesting to know and to compare, and that way you could kind of see what those price differences look like. But if you don't live in the same area that I do, maybe if you don't even live in the same part of Texas as I do, you're going to see some differences in your prices. So just please keep that in mind. The other thing that I really wanted to bring up is drive time and gas time when it comes to making decisions about these prices. So I actually do not live in Austin proper. I live outside of Austin. And in my town, there is a Walmart and an HEB. It is like a 5-minute drive right down the road. The Aldi that I went to go visit is not in my town. It is a little bit of a drive, and it actually round trip altogether takes me about an hour and 15 minutes. So, and that's getting there and back. That is something that you need to keep in mind if you are in a similar situation. Because while there are some things on my list that I saw that Aldi is much cheaper at, for example, the milk being $2.74 a gallon versus $3.78 at Walmart. That is a pretty significant price difference. However, I have to say, is it worth it for me in spending both the time and the gas, because we know gas is not cheap either, to drive all the way to Aldi to get that milk at a cheaper price and drive back? Chances are that the amount I'm spending on gas to make that round trip doesn't really make those savings worth it, even though it is about $1 savings. It looks like it would be a lot easier for me to just shop locally rather than driving the extra distance to Aldi. Another thing I really want to suggest that you look at when you're doing your price book is go actually in the store. Don't just look on their website. Go into the store to get the prices, because I found that Walmart's in-store prices are the exact same, at least they were for me, as their online prices, but HEB, that was not the case. HEB's in-store prices were about 3 to 3.5% cheaper than their online prices. So that was a big eye opener for me and really gave me something to think about, because if I'm placing an order online for pickup, I'm paying around 3% more for the item on top of any pickup fee, or if you're doing a delivery fee, and if you're having to tip, service fees, whatever that might look like. So those are some things that are going to add up over time. I would love to know if you already keep a price book, and if not, if you are going to start. That way you can really take advantage of all of the savings that you can find by using a price book. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.